more health professionals are trained in the Philippines than it can employ. Despite the fact that the country generates a large number of health professionals each year, there is still a shortage of health workers to satisfy the standard demand for the country's rising population. The constant outmigration of health professionals is a major component in this. According to the 2015 census, about a fifth of all health professionals in the Philippines work abroad. This continuous tendency is seen in the uneven distribution of health professionals in the younger age group. More qualified and experienced health workers are likely to have already relocated to other countries in search of better opportunities. Low compensation and a lack of possibilities for professional advancement, as well as the rising expense of medical education, have all contributed to this outmigration throughout time.
They are a common sight in hospitals all throughout the world. Yet, our country is suffering from a healthcare worker shortage. In addition to that, the COVID-19 pandemic has exposed the stagnant state of the healthcare system in the Philippines. As pressure mounts at hospitals fighting one of Asia's longest-running coronavirus epidemics, scores of healthcare workers rallied in the Philippine capital, demanding an end to what they claim is government negligence and unpaid benefits. Their wages are no longer sufficient to meet their families' basic needs. Especially now that we are in the midst of pandemic, their incomes are insufficient to cover the fare alone. Furthermore, the Philippine government has not heeded the cries of the healthcare workers for greater compensation, development of national health policy, and the proper implementation of national health initiatives. Now that there is a pandemic, many healthcare workers have given their lives to save others, but the number of sick people and deaths continues to rise. Healthcare employees do their best to assist in solving the health crisis, yet they are often undervalued and underappreciated.
Health professionals are requesting COVID-19 hazard pay in addition to the hazard pay they are now receiving. The government signed an administrative order to boost healthcare personnel's pay in order to encourage them to work on the front lines. The government will pay them an extra 500 pesos for each day they work during the pandemic. However, 16,764 health professionals are still to collect their hazard pay 8 months after the directive was signed. The coronavirus poses a serious threat to personal health, but the risk of infecting their families as a result of workplace exposure is unnecessary and unacceptable. The healthcare workers have also been subjected to social ostracization on the suspicion that they may carry and spread the disease from their place of employment to society. Several healthcare workers have been requested to leave their rented housing. This is precisely why many healthcare workers choose to work or migrate abroad to greener pasture with a better work-life balance, where they are highly compensated, valued, and given well-deserved rest time.
The Philippines, as a source country, needs to consider changing or creating new policies to address the healthcare worker shortage in the country, especially now that the country is in great need of healthcare workers and the country's healthcare system is failing during this pandemic. Some solutions that could solve this problem include human resource management, hospital management, bonding schemes, compulsory service requirements, greater investment in facilities and equipment, resource availability, hospital infrastructure, better pay and conditions, financial rewards, continuing education, better career development opportunities, and recognition or appreciation. there was some evidence to suggest that the use of initiatives to improve motivation had been effective in helping retention. There is less clear evidence on the differential response of different cadres.